And I think the most of you know that Stiftung Lesen is the chair of EU Read, right? And this is the platform where this network works. So I think time is running, and maybe Peter, can you show us the agenda for today? I think we are so many people, so we shouldn't say hello for each of us. We can see us, and maybe at the end we have a little bit more time. But we are so many participants, then I would say we would start with the presentations. Is this okay for you all? Yes?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, everyone. I am An Chan-soo, Director General of the Bookers Foundation. My last name is An. An means peace. I wish you all peace. I have personally been a poet and translator. For nearly 20 years, I have been working for the Bookers Foundation. My English is very poor, so when you have some questions, please speak slowly or send me an email later, please. Yeah. First, Bookers Foundation. The Bookers Foundation is an NPO and NGO. The Bookers Foundation is the representative organization that promotes reading culture in Korea. The Bookers Foundation was established in 2001. The missions of Bookers Foundation are to expand the social equality of access to information and knowledge, to realize multi-civil society through reading culture, to make a culture and community based on humanity. Bookers Foundation is a movement of people who aim for a society based on the dignity of man, reflection, and maturity. Bookers Foundation is a civic movement that seeks to expand and improve knowledge-based facilities so that every citizen enjoys the equal right to have free access to knowledge, to form a society in which even underprivileged citizens can have access to books whenever they want to, and to renew society so that all citizens create their own values with truly equal access to education, culture, information, and knowledge. Bookers Foundation is a people's solidarity created for the purpose of building a community with a mature sense of citizenship, alert self-examination, reasonable civic judgment, and democracy, full of justice by cultivating mature civic culture through reading. Bookers Foundation is a spontaneous movement of people that aims to expand the base for distant lives with warm hearts from sense of morals, imagination, and refined emotions empowered by reading to prepare the way for society guaranteeing tolerance, coexistence, and mutual prosperity. For these missions, Bookers Foundation has carried out a variety of projects: library projects, miracle library projects, support for small libraries and school libraries, Bookstart, reading group support, Polish proposals, legislative proposals, study, research, education, developing cultural contents and programs, and support for cultural movement concerned with the humanities. Second, Bookstart Korea. Bookstart is a social support for childcare under the motto of starting life with books. Bookstart aims to provide a free pack of books to every baby in Korea to inspire, stimulate, and create a love of reading that will give children a flying start in life. Bookstart packs are distributed almost by public libraries, including miracle libraries. Babies and parents can communicate with each other, get to know each other, read picture books together. Books help the emotional and intellectual development of babies. Bookstart program contribute to the family communal culture through books. 6. Contributions of Bookstart Korea. Bookstart Korea started in earnest in 2003 in Korea. We emphasize 6 meanings. First, social support for child rearing. Second, mode of communication between parents and children. Third, channel to draw children close to books. Fourth, commendable way to bring up children. Fifth, enhancement of cultural welfare in communities. Sixth, starting point for lifelong learning. History of Bookstart Korea. Since the Bookers Foundation was established in 2001, we have carried out a variety of activities, including building a library to improve the reading culture environment. In 2002, the Bookers Foundation started its activities to introduce Bookstart to Korea. Will Bookstart be a meaningful activity in Korea? What should Bookstart be like in Korea? In 2003, we held an international symposium with Wendy Colling of UK and Sato Izumi, who is also present today. Korea's Bookstart has developed gradually. Notable among these changes is the Bookers Foundation, Bookers Promotion Act enacted in 2007, and the Bookstart program has been included in the government's Reading Culture Promotion Basic Plan since 2008. We have learned a lot from the experiences of various countries in the history of Bookstart Korea. This picture is the Bookstart International Symposium held last year. From Japan, Colombia, Thailand, Netherlands, and South Korea. Mm-hmm. Effects of Bookstart Korea encourage reading culture among the public, contribute to building reading families and reading communities by creating a book-friendly environment for children, contribute to promoting reading activities among the adults participating in Bookstart, parents, volunteers, and managers. Realize the goal of social progress supported by the central government, local governments, public organizations, community groups, and local residents. volunteers. Study on the effectiveness of Bookstart. Ms. Kim Soo-yeon, a professor, on analysis on relations between the services of public libraries for babies and toddlers and the Bookstart program. Introductions of Bookstart program has taken the lead in the changes of the libraries. The number of libraries membership enrollment rate has increased by 161%, and follow-up programs as well as services prepared for babies and toddlers have been greatly expanded. Another study, Ms. Kim Hanam, a librarian, from the Bookstart program, I have learned that the program not only changes babies and fosterers, but also alerts the environment of the library. Each year, the number of babies benefiting from Bookstart Korea has increased. Blue line is the babies that was distributed Bookstart packs. Increasingly, participating organizations, including public libraries, have expanded. The gradual expansion of Bookstarts and gradual increase of public libraries in Korea are indicative of the same trend. This table shows the number of Bookstart packages we have distributed. This picture shows the number of Bookstart packages distributed nationwide of December 10, 2018. The population of Korea is about 50 million. However, as shown in this table, the birth rate is falling rapidly. This change will have a significant impact on Bookstart activities in the future. Third, Bookstart Korea and volunteers. Governance by both citizens and the governments. We think that raising a baby is not only a family job, but also a social one. Based on this idea, civil society, the central governments and local governments have to work together to take care of the baby. Korea's Bookstart is basically unfolded on the public-private governance structure. Central government and the public library, community organization, local governments, and Booker's Foundation, citizens, and volunteers, local residents. To make Bookstart possible, there has also been support from a variety of institutions, organizations, businesses, and individuals. More specifically, those in local governments, public libraries, and public healthcare centers, librarians, professors, doctors, publishers, writers, painters, and designers all did their part. I pay my sincere respect to these people for volunteering to raise our rather than my children with no sort of compensation. Characteristics of Bookstart Korea: active participation of volunteers, Korea Bookstart feature can be found above all by the participation of a volunteer. Volunteers are actively involved for babies in the community. This is the main characteristic of Bookstart Korea. Uh, Through the participation of volunteers, creative programs are developed, activities are being developed to suit local conditions. These pictures show volunteers distributing Bookstart package with librarians in public library, such as daycare centers and multicultural family centers. We call this activity visiting Bookstart. Training program for volunteers. Bookstart Korea offers various educational programs for volunteers. The contents of the educational program consist of an understanding of babies, an understanding of children's books, including picture books, and the meaning of volunteering. Volunteers create their own reading groups, book clubs, to share the pleasure of reading. Book, children, and volunteers. We believe that children and books should meet continuously. Reading habit in childhood and children's service in library that supports the reading habit make a motive to enrich people's whole life. Book is an overall metaphor as well as a symbol of intellectual and emotional efforts and instruments to raise babies well. As you can see from the Bookstart case in Korea, to make a better world, to make a more peaceful world, we can contribute to the development of human culture through the various activities of governments, civil society organizations, public institutions, and today's semantic volunteers. Bookstart, a global project transcending all boundaries. Thank you. Please visit Bookstart Korea homepage. And if you search for Bookstart in Korean on YouTube, you can find out the activities of Korean Bookstart volunteers. And this video was made when Korea's Bookstart celebrated its 10th years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, An, for this interesting presentation.
Yeah.
Are there any questions of you, of all the participants? Is there anything you want to know from An, or you want to have a special question for him?
I have a question for An. I'm wondering, do the volunteers deliver the book packs to the babies?
Yeah, volunteers with the librarian of public library together had distribute Bookstart packs, especially when there wasn't the public library. Some volunteers take a car with the Bookstart pack, distribute the Bookstart pack to local multicultural family center or child care center, so on, so on. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Anything more?
And Sabine, there are some questions in the chat. So
Oh, okay. Thank you. Now I see them. Catriona, thanks, Anne. That was great presentation. Could you tell us about how long people stay involved as volunteers?
so perhaps ask Catriona to ask the question, because she might add some detail.
Yes.
Hi there. Hi, Anne. Thank you very much for the presentation. I was just interested in how long people stay involved as volunteers in the program. Like, for example, is it for a year or for more than that? And if you could tell us a little bit about that ongoing relationship with them.
Some volunteers have the career teachers or some special career. So they have the relationship with the librarian and another teacher. So very close relationship, especially local sites. The volunteer, many volunteers have great activities to make the better reading culture, and some volunteers have the 10 years or 15 years activities in local sites. They are very good volunteer. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Great. Thank you very much.
And we have another question. Belinda, you want to know how many volunteers they have?
We cannot numbering the volunteers numbers because public organizations had made the volunteer members sometimes very small group, sometimes very big groups. I think the number is not important. Yeah. There are many volunteers in Bookstart Korea. Yeah.
And
but
this
I can number how many. Yeah. Okay. Understand?
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
And maybe the last one is, Annie wants to know the various local delivery. And do they have many variations in the way how they bring the packages to the families?
Pardon?
I just wonder, Anne, because they how good it is to be able to deliver through volunteers who understand the local need, and volunteers understand one area and volunteers who understand another area, and maybe that leads to big differences in the Bookstart program. And I just wondered if that's what you see, that there are differences in one area from in another area in what they do.
Sometimes volunteers for Bookstart in Korea had made the movement for building the public libraries. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So volunteers for Bookstart were a very special member because they had made some educational programs for themselves and reading groups and some movements for reading promotion in local sites. Understand? Do you? Okay.
Yes.
Do you see? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I think these are the most questions, the most important. Last chance for the moment. Otherwise, is there anything else? Otherwise, I would say we go to the next presentation with Izumi.
Yeah.
Yeah? So thank you very much, Anne.
Thank you very much.